Dear brothers, morning, fellas. Hopefully, you guys had a terrific weekend and are ready to get after it this week. So, I want to talk about your wedding ring today, specifically. And this is something that I never really looked into because when we think of wedding rings, we kind of think of just the piece of jewelry you get when you get married. Obviously, most of the time we think about it with our ladies and saving up and getting them a ring, and it's a part of our culture, and there's some brokenness to the way that we spend money on those things, but that's a different conversation. I want to talk about our ring today. Most men slip on their wedding ring every morning, really without thinking twice. It's a small circle of metal. For a lot of people, it's silicone. That includes myself. And they just kind of pop it on and don't think twice about it. And maybe you take it off when you lift, or you forget it on the counter, or if you're like my godfather, I don't know how many of his that he's been working with, and it gets pushed off and falls down a drain or something like that. But the truth is that your wedding ring isn't just a piece of jewelry. It's not just an ornament. Your ring is a symbol, and it's one of those symbols that's been passed down across thousands of years of meaning. And I think that the modern man needs a little bit of a reminder of what that meaning truly is. In terms of like where this came from, the ancient Egyptians made rings out of like reeds and I think leather, and they placed them on the fourth digit because they thought the vena amoris, or this, love vein, if you will, ran straight from that finger to the heart. The Romans took it up later in their tradition, but for them it was much more contractual. Obviously, as Christians, it's been elevated to a covenant, kind of a visible seal of spiritual union before God. But it's this little circle has carried all of that meaning through the centuries for lots of different cultures. But there is a much deeper meaning to the ring than just some ornament that I think all of us need to wrestle with a bit more. Because when you think of a ring, and you're going to hear this every time you go to a wedding, the idea is that a ring has no beginning and it has no end. And a lot of people think of that as kind of poetic fluff, but that is the essence of covenant love. It's endless, it's continuous, it's unbreakable. When a man wears his ring, he's not saying, I'm taken, even though that is true. It is an outward projection that someone is committed to another. But what he's saying is, I am bound by a promise to lead, to protect, to provide, to love faithfully for my wife, even when it's hard. It's not just about telling the world that you're married. It tells the world who you are. More than that, it should be a reminder to you of who you are. You are a husband, you're a servant, you're a leader, all under God's authority. And so every time that your hand grips a barbell, grabs a steering wheel, every time that you're shaving in the mirror and you throw that ring on, or you are holding your wife's hand, it should be a reminder to you of something far bigger than comfort or convenience. It should be a daily reminder of your vows, a reminder that you made a promise when life was easy, and you're called to keep it as life will inevitably get harder. It is a true reminder that marriage is not about happiness. It's about fostering a commitment to the woman you love. And in that, you will find unexplainable joy. And it's an even bigger reminder that you've chosen lifelong goodness over the pleasures that this world tells you you need to have. Everything that you turn on is going to tell you that you need to be bouncing from woman to woman, that you should be focusing on your own pride and your own egotistical wants. It's all about you. It's all about you. And understand that when you shouldn't be doing that in the first place per se, although many of us are guilty of such. But when you put that wedding ring on, you are committing to the fact that you are choosing this person over all of those shallow pleasures that the world thinks they can offer you. And so, fellas, the next time that you slide that ring on, pause for a moment, look at it, feel the weight of it. Ask yourself, am I living in a way that honors this covenant? Am I protecting it? Am I guarding it? Am I living up to the promise that I made before God and witnesses to the woman that I love? That's it for today, boys. As always, God bless. Be good. Let's get after it, fellas. Have a great day.